get in the way of your one true love.
Oh, yeah.
We thought they'd come in handy.
To be fair, that did sound a lot more natural than coming in hoofy. Why does the theme depict Unicorn Twilight arriving in Ponyville by balloon when we know that's not how it happened? It's hard to say.
Secret weapon. An apple cannon!
The apple cannon is serious business. Like, are Pinky and AJ related or what? No pony knows why there's a human nose. Big Mac doesn't feel these bumps because when you commute this often, roadkill is just part of the routine. Somehow they don't see the CMC. Then again, the windows in Starlight's village have a history of being opaque from inside.
All I used to bake were boring old muffins.
Sugar Belle has made herself an enemy of the Muffin Gang. This is a Cinemare Sins crime count alert for invasion of privacy and/or foreign espionage.
My big brother has his very first crush! First crush? What about Cheerilee?
Scootaloo uses this as an opportunity to make a callback, but as usual, every pony forgets marble.
Is it possible to have two crushes at once?
Silly Scootaloo. Spend enough time on the internet and you'd know having more than one waifu will ruin your lifeu. Big Mac is so upset he abandons his cart and the career of apples entirely.
We're gonna help you.
No love potions.
Don't worry, Big Mac. We learned our lesson the hard way.
We learned our lesson about forcing two ponies to be together. Now we simply want you to kiss some pony without permission.
When I was younger, I read all the fairy tales. When you were younger, huh?
Scootaloo questions the claim of reading them when she was younger, but the real thing to question is her claim to have read them all.
As long as we do what the book says, you're pretty much guaranteed a happy ending.
To be fair, Sweetie Belle is dangerously close to discovering that she actually lives in a fairy tale land. Maybe this logic isn't so dumb after all.
Improvise without a dragon. Huh, too bad Spike isn't here. Not that he's very threatening.
Spike isn't even in this episode, and he's still every pony's punching bag.
In fairy tales, the knight in shining armor always gets the girl.
Listen to her, Big Mac. She was there. Cinemare Sins crime count. Theft. Do you think Sugar Belle's response will be A. Chase the child who stole her bag, B. Use her unicorn magic to easily grab the bag, or C. Become a helpless baby and cry for help? Featherbangs is an earth pony, but still manages to teleport at the most inconvenient times.
There's nothing more romantic than waking your special pony from a sleeping spell with a magical kiss.
Sounds good. Now, who brought the magical sleeping spell?
They rode off into the sunset.
Apparently they rode invisible hoverboards.
Negative. Coast is
clear as Scootaloo's blank flank. Featherbangs is definitely the good guy in this story, simply for saving Sugar Belle from this. Also, add one to the crime count. Fun fact, in the time between this transition, Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom switched bodies.
Come on, Big Mac!
Sugar Belle didn't notice the CMC sneak into her store and hang up this giant backdrop.
When the heifer's milked and fed, and the pigs are in the sty.
The first prerequisite for a new mare friend is to make sure she's chill with your enslavement of fellow ungulates, and make sure she has a love of bacon. Speaking of bacon, these pigs' legs are already in the process of being slaughtered.
When I look in your eyes, I see the color blue.
Horses actually do see mostly blue, so here's a sin for retconning color in Equestria. Cinemare Sins crime count. Vehicular assault.
Big Mac!
Look, there he is.
Sugar Belle's not a fairy tale princess. She's a real pony.
Which, in this universe, is even less common than the fairy tale princesses. The only book learning apples do is learning how to uppercut books. Cinemare Sins crime count. Destruction of property. Apple Bloom is still painting seconds before Sugar Belle arrives and starts leaning all over the thing.
Now I have twice as much room for all my desserts, which means I can make even more.
Yes, because that's all a bakery exists for, to fill space. Waving the gramophone above his head like this is going to scratch the vinyl, and not the good kind of vinyl scratch. Cinemare Sins crime count for the most egregious crime of them all. Public displays of nose boopage. Featherbangs is actually quite agreeable, and they could have just told him to get lost long ago. It's always the fan favorites who break the fourth wall. You've got Pinkie Pie, you've got Discord, and then you have Featherbangs.